Welcome to all the BSc second year students for the semester 4th. In third semester, we have learned about plant ecology. So the different things we have learned in plant ecology. In fourth semesters, there have been mentioned a paper. The next paper is plant physiology. It is about 50 marks, plant physiology. So today we are going to discuss regarding whatever the syllabus is mentioned in this paper. So one by one you have to see the chapters which are mentioned for your syllabus. So this is shortly a bigger paper. There are many chapters have been included in this paper, and most of the chapters are related with living activities of the plant cells, So that is metabolism, catabolism, anabolism. So you have to remember that what is done by metabolism, what is done by catabolism, what is done by anabolism. Then only you will understand whatever the things you have mentioned in this paper. So the plant physiology. So the plant physiology, before going to be the syllabus of this paper, first of all you have to understand what is plant physiology. So whatever the biological activities are going to be, whatever the biological activities take place in the living cell of the plant, and it may be anabolism, catabolism, or metabolism. So this is nothing but a plant physiology. Overall, the vital activities of living cell, studies of vital activities of the living cell is nothing but plant physiology. So whatever the chapters they have mentioned in this paper, that is, first one is plant and water relationship. Plant and water relationship. This is the first chapter. In that, whatever the units they have mentioned, that is, first one is that is imbibition, diffusion, osmosis, imbibition, transpiration. So these are the things they have mentioned in the plant and water relationship. How the plants absorb water, which are the main part of the plants which absorb water from the soil. So that is, roots are the main organs which absorbs water from the soil. So how these roots or root cells absorb, or which mechanism involved during the absorption of water? What are the physiological activities take place during the absorption of water and minerals which are present in the soils? So these things have been mentioned in this paper, that is diffusion, imbibition, osmosis, and transpiration. So these are the important things mentioned in this chapter. Now, then second chapter which is mentioned in this paper, that is mineral nutrition in plants. Mineral nutrition. That is micronutrients and macronutrients. What are the micronutrients? What are the macronutrients? That is nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium. So whatever these inorganic elements are there. So how these plants absorb and what is their role in the plant for the growth and development of the plants. So this is the second chapter. Then again, water absorption of minerals. So all these things comes in this chapter. Then third chapter, which is present in this paper, which is mentioned for our syllabus in this paper, that is major one, that is photosynthesis. already in 12th standard you have studied what is meant by photosynthesis, where it is take place, which organs are involved during photosynthesis, what are the raw materials, what are the different biochemical reactions. So all these things you have to be studied in this chapter, that is light reaction, dark reaction, C3 pathway, C4 pathway, calm pathway. So what are these different pathways and how they take place, what are the different reactant in product and their enzymes. So all these things you have to be studied in photosynthesis. In that the whole process of photosynthesis is divided into two parts, that is light reactions and dark reactions. What is the light reaction, what is the dark reactions? So you have to be study in details regarding the light reactions and dark reactions. C3 pathway and C4 pathway. All these things comes under this chapter. So now, fourth chapter of this paper, that is respiration. That is respiration. So here again, definition of respiration. Aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration is again divided into three phases, that is glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and ETC, electron transpiration or terminal oxidations. So what are the different reactions of glycolysis? What are the different reactions? What is the process of glycolysis? What are the different reactions? Then again Krebs cycle. Then last one is the end of the process of respiration, that is terminal electron transpiration or terminal oxidation. So how this process takes place in respiration, you have to be studied details. Then anaerobic respiration, that is alcoholic fermentation or alcoholic fermentations. So all these things you have to be studied anaerobic respiration. So this is the syllabus which is mentioned for the chapter respiration. So this is the important things you have to be studying respiration. Now the fifth one is the important chapter which is mentioned for your syllabus. The fifth one is growth regulators or growth hormones. Growth regulators and growth hormones. So what are these growth regulators or growth hormones? It is also known as phytohormones. They are also known as phytohormones. So what are these phytohormones? Which are the natural phytohormones synthesized in plants, that is auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, abscisic acid, ethylene. These are the naturally occurring growth regulators or phytohormones secreted by plants for their growth and development. How they are secreted, how they are act in plants for different physiological process, you have to be studying this chapter. So these are some of the important big chapters which are mentioned in this paper, that is plant physiology. So whatever these chapters that have been mentioned for your syllabus, in that just today I am going to be introduce what are the important aspects are there in first chapter. First of all, there are going to be details regarding all these things. First, you have to remember some of the key points of all the subunits which are mentioned in all chapters. That is, first one is osmosis. So here you have to understand what is meant by osmosis. In osmosis, what is meant by solvent and solute and solution? What is the solvent? What is the solute? What is the solution? And what is the semi-permeable membrane? Just you have to remember, means the simple definition of osmosis is the movement of solvent molecules from its higher concentration to lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane is known as osmosis. Solvent means water, solute means a solid material. For example, if you are going to be mixing a sugar in water, the sugar is a solute, water is a solvent. After mixing the sugar, a homogeneous solution is formed, that is the solution. So here the semi-permeable membrane is a selective membrane, In plant cell, plasma membrane is act as a semi-permeable membrane, and by the process of osmosis, there will be a process of absorption of water and minerals take place. This is the osmosis, the physiological process which helps during absorption of water and minerals. So for that you have to understand what is meant by osmosis. Then one more thing you have to mention in this chapter, that is plasmolysis, osmosis, DP, diffusion pressure deficit, OP means osmotic pressure, DP means turgor pressure. So what is meant by turgor pressure? What is meant by osmotic pressure? What is meant by DP, diffusion pressure deficit? So you have to understand exact meaning of all these things. So that is the important one. Then diffusion. What is meant by diffusion? How it is take place? And what is the role of diffusion in plants? Then imbibition. What is meant by imbibition? With example you have to be understand. So these things are the important in this chapter. And the last one, another bit or another small unit of this chapter, first chapter is transpiration. Here you have to understand what is meant by transpiration. So whatever the extra water is there, whatever the excess amount of water is there in plant body, it will be released into the atmosphere in the form of water vapors through the aerial part of the plant body. That process is nothing but transpiration. So this is the simple definition of transpiration. Whatever the excess amount of water is there in the plant body, that releases in the form of water vapors through the aerial part of the plant body in the atmosphere. That process is known as transpiration. Then again, kinds of transpiration. Transpiration chapter again you have to study, that is kinds of transpiration, mechanism of transpiration. So all these things in the process of transpiration. Now the second chapter, that is photosynthesis. Third one is respiration. Fourth one is plant nutrition, and fifth one is growth regulators. So all these are the chapters. So you have to be study one by one. That is plant and water relations, photosynthesis, plant nutrition, that is respiration, and growth regulators. Today this much is sufficient, and tomorrow we are going to be discuss one by one with details regarding the units and subunits which are mentioned for the syllabus. Thank you one and all. For this paper, the reference book, the most important reference book is Plant Physiology by V.K. Jain. It is very important one and it is very simple one. So all the syllabus have been covered. It has been covered in that book. That is Plant Physiology by V.K. Jain. Then one more book is that is Plant Physiology by Srivastava. Then Plant Physiology by Pandey and Sinha. So these are the three important books are there. You have to be referred for the reference purpose. And while explaining the things, you have to be note down the points whatever I am going to be explained. So that much is sufficient. And I think there will be again objective type of question paper in your examination, and your exams will be conducted in the month of July, last week of month of July. So today onwards you have to be again, you have to be prepared for this paper. Okay, thank you. Bye.